Every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, smile, and start again. Good morning, my dear children. We have already started the Vedic age in the last module. The early Vedic age ended around 1000 BC. The next 500 years may be described as the later Vedic age, that is 1000 BC to 600 BC. In this video, we shall study about the later Vedic age. The main sources to reconstruct the later Vedic age were literary and archaeological sources. Literary sources include Vedas and epics. Archaeological sources includes iron and pottery. As you all know, there are four main Vedas written in the Vedic age: Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda was written in the early Vedic age and the other three were composed in the later Vedic age. The other religious texts were the Upanishads, the Puranas, the Aryanakas, and the epics. You can see the various religious texts on the screen. Two main texts were Shruti and Smriti. The Ramayana and Mahabharata comes under Smriti. Samveda literary means to sing. Yajurveda informs about the rituals of sacrifice. Atharva Veda deals with charms and spells. Each Veda had four parts. They were Samhita, Brahmana, Aryanaka, and Upanishads. Samhita is a collection of hymns. Aryanakas were the forest books. The Upanishads literally means to sit down near someone. It contains philosophical doctrines on Atma and Paramatma. Now we go on to the spread of Vedic civilization. The Aryans came and settled in the Sapta Sindhu region. Later they shifted to the land of the Kurus, which was the region round modern Delhi. Then they moved even inwards as their population increased. Finally, they occupied the whole of India. Later Vedic age saw the transition to Iron Age. Axes made of iron were used to clear forests, so more land was available for cultivation and habitation. Agriculture became easy because of plowshares made of iron. Carpenters, masons, etc. started working with better iron tools. So this age saw the transition to the Iron Age. We shall now make a comparison of the early and later Vedic society with respect to political, economical, religious, and social life of the people. Social life comprised of family life, food, games and amusements, dress, the Varnas. The society was divided into four Varnas. Caste was more rigid. Caste was decided by birth. Position of women. In the early Vedic society, women were treated as being equal with men. They could attend assemblies, take part in all religious rites and sacrifices. In the later Vedic age, women were given a lower position. Polygamy was being practiced. Widow remarriage was not allowed. You can see the comparison between the two ages on the screen. Position of women is very important with respect to early and Vedic age and later Vedic age. The fourfold Varna system. Later Vedic society was also divided into four Varnas as seen in the early Vedic society. But now the Brahmins and Kshatriyas enjoyed more powers as compared to Vaishyas and Shudras. Caste had become hereditary. Occupation depended upon one's caste. Shudras were made to live a miserable life. Next, we move on to four ashrams or the four stages of life. The man's life was divided into four periods of 25 years each. Each period represented one ashram. The first 25 years were the Brahmacharya ashram, which was devoted to education. Next 25 years was the Grihastha ashram, a man married and led a family life. Next, Vanaprastha ashram was spent in meditation and prayer. Last phase was the Sannyas ashram, when one had to renounce all worldly pleasures and live in the forest as a sannyasi. The ancient Indian learning system was the Gurukul system. It became well established in the later Vedic times. The pupils stayed with the gurus and studied subjects like logic, ethics, maths, etc. Pupils paid a voluntary contribution to the gurus in the form of Guru Dakshina after completing their education. There was no discrimination among children of rich and poor families. The children rendered various duties of the Gurukul. That was all about the social life of the people. Next, we move on to the political organization. You can see the comparative study of later and early Vedic society also on the screen. Now, the political organization. The king was assisted by a number of ministers like Purohita and Senani, as it was done in the early Vedic age. Only that the Sabha was consisted of few eminent persons were gradually converted into the king's court, and mention of Sachiva is also made. Agriculture. In addition to Yava barley, as mentioned in the early Vedic age, a new crop, vrihi or rice, became more widely used. Wheat, millet, sugarcane was also cultivated now. The comparison you can see on the screen. Next, we have the crafts and occupations. Leatherworking, carpentry, jewelry making, manufacture of glass flourished. People became more specialized. Units of value as Nishka and Satmana were used. Reference of ships in literary sources confirms that they had inland maritime trade. Organizations controlled the prices and quality of goods. Again, you can see the comparison between early and later Vedic age with respect to trade and industry. Here we have the comparison of early and later Vedic economy. Children, you can copy these tables in your notebooks, all the comparative tables. Then we move on to the religious life. After Vedic age, the later Vedic age came to be known as the epic age because it was during this time that the Ramayana and Mahabharata were written. Rig Vedic gods like Indra, Agni, Surya lost their importance. New gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, gained prominence. People believed that Brahma was the creator, Vishnu was preserver. Ramayana and Mahabharata were the two great epics of later Vedic period which were written in the Vedic period between 500 to 200 BC. Ramayana was written by sage Valmiki and Mahabharata by sage Vyas. You can see these two great epics being telecast on the TV these days. Next, we have the importance of epics. These were the main source of information about epic age, information about the various Aryan kingdoms. Epics are known for their literary and philosophical value. They reveal high ideals of family life of Aryans. The Bhagavad Gita is one of the most popular religious texts which is considered sacred by the Indians. Thank you, children. Have a great day full of productivity and good vibes.